So the question is, how can this work for young people that may have a career path and how this could fit? Great question. And I'm passionate about this because, you see, my father gave me advice as a younger man. His advice, it was another economy. He grew up, he was born in the 1920s, grew up through the Depression, and grew up through the service economy, manufacturing, service economy. The advice he gave me was go to school, get a job, get yourself as educated as you can, get a job, advance in that career path, and do a good job, and then they'll retire you. You'll retire with a pension. Now, if a young person came to me today and I gave him that advice or her that advice, I would not feel good about that because I don't see that as a real option for people. Yes, it's an option, but it's not an option for most people. It's an option if you want to be a veterinarian. Absolutely, you need to go get an education. And I don't know if you get a job, but you know, look, as a former educator, there is validity in the educational model, but it's not for everybody. Unfortunately, what we've done with our young people is we take them from the bosom of the family at a young age, we rip them out of the home, we put them in a artificial environment. I'm not trying to offend any educators here. I'm just giving you my impression as a former educator, and I educate differently now, that they are taught how to obey. They're not taught how to think. They're taught how to obey and be punctual. And these are great things for a factory environment. You've got to show up on time and do what you're told. Now look, that works for some people, some circumstances. But today, for a young person, I would not advise that. Because of that job compression I was talking about, the middle class is getting squeezed. Jobs did not exist 200 or 300 years ago. It's a new invention. And they're going away. I got news for you. The job economy is going away. So I would not say to a young person, waste your time and money training for a job that possibly won't be there. And by the way, that debt that you got getting that education, good luck paying that off. You're going to be a debt slave for 10, 20, 30 years. You're going to have to work and there's no job. And you talk about a stress maker. That's a pretty hard place to be. Now again, it's not for everybody. Some people should go to school, for sure. And there are good things about schools. So I'm not negative about it. I'm just being realistic. As a career path, look at this. See, I said as a former educator in that system, now I educate differently. What do I mean by that? Well, here's what we give people in network marketing. They get a world-class financial education. They understand about money, they understand about business, they understand about service and profits, they understand about how the world works around money. It's not an academic education around money, it's a street education, and it works. And if they do anything or leave, they take that with them. That's free. Good luck. It didn't cost you a penny. They get emotional literacy training. They understand how to work with people, how to listen to people, how to communicate, how to acknowledge and receive acknowledgement, how to respect people, how to serve people, how to have dynamic relationships, profound relationships. They understand about integrity and loyalty and service, and they get that. And, you know, bless you. This isn't for you. Great. Take it with you and go do something great in the world. They get an education in lifestyle, how to be truly wealthy, how to have all those other things, and not use them in an abusive way, but use them to create happiness and joy in their life. So they get this kind of education, which is an applied education, and they get it and there's no debt. And there are peers who have gone to school, perhaps, university, and they're 4 years in and debt at the end, 4 years in this business, and they've got an income. They own their own business. And they may be cranking out thousands and thousands of dollars a week, possibly, in residual income so they can live their dream. I only wish I'd been exposed to this when I was in those years for me. Unfortunately, I found it when I was 40. And I'm glad I did. But my life would have been so different if I was a business owner at 18. All that young ambition and all the energy, youthful energy, and just all that. Wow. So these young people, this is the gift. So earlier question was, when people have a reaction or whatever, you know what? Here's how I hold this when I offer it to somebody. I've got a gift of great value This is like a huge gem. And I'm holding it very close to my heart. And when I offer this to you, it's offered with love and respect. And if it's not for you, that is great. It's no problem. Right? Now, I can't say that I did that in the beginning. You know, I was like the crazy networker, like the and no offense to anybody, it's a phase people go through typically where they're just, you know, they're very excited and they're passionate and, you know, they can sometimes maybe appear inappropriate to friends. We try to help people through that and train them differently so that their friends don't think they drank the Kool-Aid and joined some cult group. That doesn't work. So we're encouraging people to take a sober, business-like approach and do what works, and we know what works. But the point is for young people to have that kind of education and own a business and have an income while their peers are doing that other thing, that's the advice I give young people. Find a network marketing company, get enrolled, get involved, and you go for it. Recently, I was approached by a very high-level organization in the United States. It's a big think tank, and they have mentoring programs. So they mentor people in journalism, and they have thousands of these are honors students. These are the cream of the crop in major universities across the country. They have mentoring in law and in policy studies and journalism, and they're opening a mentoring program in entrepreneurism, whatever they call it. And they asked me to help them develop that program. And I said, well, I'd love to. What do you have in mind? And they outlined, oh, well, we got this, and these events, and we got this funding, and we got all this. And I went, well, that probably works real well with journalism, and it probably works real well with policy studies, where they give people what they call an internship. You know, they'll place them in somebody's office for the summer, and then out they go, and hopefully they learn something. Well, I've had interns when I was in the straight business world, and you know, you kind of do it as a favor, but you're surrounded by high-powered people, and you know, here's some kids showing up, tell me what to do, and you're like, okay, copy those papers. I mean, you know, what are you going to do? It takes so much time to even get them on the track. I said, no, you know, I don't think that's going to work for entrepreneurial. I mean, you want to do entrepreneur studies? Okay, yeah, you can put them somewhere and they can study it. But if you want to turn out entrepreneurs, I said, the way that I will do it is you allow me to enroll them in a network marketing company, and they get mentored, and they get the education, and they get the training and the support, and they have stake in the game. They're not just summer students. They own that business. So I just want to point out the difference between the thinking in the old economy and this new economy we're in. That's the skills I want young people to have, is ownership skills and the ability to function in the world at a street level. Applied economics, applied literacy, applied all this stuff. And then they go out as healthy human beings and they have a chance at a really good life. So that's what I would tell young people today. Join a network marketing company. And I'm not the only one who said it. Donald Trump, Robert Kiyosaki, Bill Clinton, and on and on and on. These people are saying the same thing. Is it any coincidence? Do you think they just made this stuff up and decided, well, that's a good thing I'll say? No. These are high-level, world-class people. They see the world. They see how it's been and how it's going, and they see the strategies. That's why they're telling people this. It's not just marketing. It's the truth. So if you have young people in your life, do them a favor. Give them advice that's going to help them navigate the future.